Hello everyone and happy Tuesday. My name is Elena Riley. I work here at First Alert 6 on our digital team, bringing you news on our website throughout the morning. All that breaking news, things of that nature. And this morning I have our top headlines for you just to get you started on the day, get you in the know as you head off for the day. So let's head over to our website where I have more. I bring you this web story every morning. Our top headlines. All right, here we are in First Alert 6, and then my web story. So here we can just chat more about these, more than we could in a regular newscast. All right, so our top headline for this morning was our breaking news that we had here in our newscast is that the Omaha Police Department is looking for a suspect after an incident that happened this morning. It left one person with minor injuries. So let's go head over to that video here. There we are. So officers responded to this shortly after 1 a.m. this morning near 16th and Pine Streets. It's around in the South Omaha area. Police tell us on the scene the officers were called for a domestic disturbance and that one man sustained minor injuries, as I said. And then according to an OPD official, the suspect then fled the area before police arrived. So the search is ongoing for this suspect. We hope to learn more soon. My next headline for the day is from Rusty. He's talking about this dangerous heat that we're having with some severe storm potential that's happening tonight. So First Alert 6 weather day has been called for today as we just start off warmer today in the mid and upper 70s is what Rusty tells us. He says Tuesday's start will make it that much easier for temperatures to surge into the 90s for the third and final day in the afternoon. So this has been happening for a couple days and now we kind of know what's going on. We're maybe a little more ready for it, but thankfully this little stretch of heat is almost over. Rusty says dew points will again be high and the heat index will surge about above 110 for several hours again. He says the heat and humidity will be the fuel for storms later tonight. These storms have the potential to be strong to severe. So first alert to that. Rusty also says the main risks with these storms are strong wind gusts as well as in the 60 to 80 miles per hour range, as well as some heavy rain that may cause some flash flooding. If you want to hear more on that, tune into our newscast. Of course, he's the expert here, so definitely looking forward to see what more he has to say to keep us safe, right? We appreciate him and our other meteorologists, so. All righty. My next headline for the day is that the man arrested in a decades-old murder case in Wahoo is set to plead guilty or no contest to a lesser charge. This is happening on Thursday. So 77-year-old Joseph Ambrose was arrested last fall in connection to the stabbing death of 17-year-old Mary Kay Hesse in 1969 there in Wahoo. So we spoke with some community members. They tell us they are planning to gather outside of the courthouse. You saw that there a couple seconds ago to let prosecutors know that they are not happy just with what's going on here. We spoke with an author and the organizer of some of the protests. They said the community of Wahoo and, in fact, most of Saunders County has been emotionally and psychologically invested in this murder. So a lot of interest here. People want to see what the outcome is of this. So there will be a couple of protests, as I've said. They're scheduled for tomorrow at noon as well as Thursday at 8:45 in the morning outside the Saunders County Courthouse. We're also told that with 1969 law, this may be a sentence of even a few years or maybe even a couple months with time served for that plea deal. All right, my next headline for the day is that police are searching. They're asking for the public's help in finding a wanted man. He's 21 years old. Let's go head over to his mugshot here. So this is Junior Domingo Bautista, 21, as I said. He's wanted for first-degree child sexual assault. OPD is looking for him. If anyone knows about his whereabouts, you're asked to call detectives at 402-444-4600, or of course, Crime Stoppers, always a good option, 402-444-7867. Just remain anonymous if you'd like to there, as well as on their website. I have that linked here. that's the option you would like. Okay, my next headline. This has been getting some numbers on our website. People are pretty interested in this. So a man is injured after a crash involving a motorcycle and a car. This happened on Interstate 80 in Omaha yesterday. So it happened in the eastbound lanes of I-80. I was near 60th Street in the South Central area shortly after 9 p.m. yesterday. So an Omaha police official spoke to us. They said an SUV hit a 40-year-old motorcyclist and then left the scene. This man was, of course, injured. The SUV later rear-ended a Chevy Impala just east of 42nd Street and also drove away from that scene as well. So 2 instances here with this SUV. OPD says the driver of the Impala was not hurt in the crash, thankfully, but we still do have this injury to the motorcyclist, this man. Alrighty, just have one more top headline for you to complete our 6 top headlines, and that is that we have received an update on the status of the City View apartments here in Omaha. Alright, a lot of interest in this story. We've been following this for a while, but we found out yesterday from the North Omaha Community Partnership. They told us that about 20 residents still live in these apartments. So if you don't know some background, city officials actually put City View owner, which is based in Florida, they put them on notice for multiple code violations. This is back in January of this year. These violations include broken elevators, bug infestations, and some major maintenance problems. So a lot of issues here with this apartment complex. There was also 7 unoccupied units that had to close just because they were unsafe. So a lot of issues. The building was supposed to be emptied by the end of June. Of course, we're a little later than that. The deadline has been since moved multiple times, just giving tenants some grace. They've already been through enough here. So now some residents have until the end of the month to leave, just as long as they're being assisted by a local nonprofit. So as long as you're getting help, you're doing the work, you have just a couple days left to get out of there. So glad those people will be safe here soon. Definitely had some issues moving and things of that nature, especially those in the top apartments, they tell us. So, alrighty. That is all the headlines I have for you this morning. I really appreciate you joining me, getting your morning started with me. I bring you this live stream every morning around 9 a.m., usually until 9:30-ish in that area. There you go. Right, please tune into our newscast. We have our midday here at 11, as well as our other later newscasts. Just get you in the know of what's going on. So thank you very much.